Jake is a manufacturer who has been based in Colorado his entire time in the ski industry.
He took and developed a clothing company that is the best in the world by just starting in his backyard and in his own home. And he's done it all here in Colorado.
I believe that the industry in Colorado will particularly be known as having harvested a great deal of benefit from the fact that Jake was involved.
And he and the ski team from St. Lawrence, along with a lot of Canadians, used to train in Stowe. He went on to the Canadian national team as a competitor, had a very successful career racing, was Canadian national downhill champion, and then went on to be head coach of the Canadian national team.
His whole attitude was always so positive that, we just all, we excelled under him.
We tried to hire Jake as a ski designer at Head. We obviously didn't work very hard because Bob Lange worked harder and stole him and got him to go to work for the Lange Company.
And Bob and Jake got on the lift ahead of me, and I got on the lift behind them to watch what was going on. By the time we got up to the top of the ski lift, Jake had made the decision to come down to the United States. And he was a tremendous addition to the company. We were extremely successful at Val Gardena.
And we had just a harvest of medals almost every day. Someone was either winning on Lange boots or on dynamic skis. So consequently, we had celebrations every night to celebrate all of these victories. We didn't know whether we drew many sober breaths for the entire 10 days of the World Championships, but we had a great time.
I did not realize how well we had done until their expense reports came back in. And I was somewhat taken aback by how expensive being successful at Val Gardena could be.
Following his years at Lange, he founded a new little company called Hot Gear, which was very unique in its approach to the market. They manufactured specially made kids' ski clothing. He had everything from a comic book to coloring books to stickers and all kinds of things to form sort of a club atmosphere for these young kids.
Dave wanted to start a new company, and he came to me and said, I want you to come with me, and I want to start a company. And initially the company wasn't called Spyder, it was called Lange-Jacobs Inc. And we started it right out of his house. And those were some of the best days of my life when Dave and I we'd ski in the morning at Eldora. Every day we'd go up and train and ski, and then we'd come back at noon and we'd make lunch, open the mailbox, see what kind of orders we might have or not have. Usually the orders were pretty good. And we'd ship product all afternoon.
Being a skier from a very early age, right up through all of his competitive years, he understood what skiers needed and wanted. And he was able to bring this into the products that he was involved in. Jake came up with all kinds of things from insulation and padding and zippers in the right places and stretch fabric in the right places that other people had never designed into ski racing gear.
His physical condition is always, bar none, as good as anything out there and anybody out there.
That's a lesson I learned from him. If you ever get in a tough position in your life, don't sit around and stew in it, but get outside and train and get in some good physical activity.
Jake is a very humble, down-to-earth person.
He's not only charismatic, but he's really caring about people. The degree of empathy that he has.
He's such an even, sort of level-headed person that, it's hard to get David upset about anything.
He's a wonderful guy, good friend, and you'll hear that same thing no matter how many people you ask.